Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why ADHD seems to be everywhere these days? Some people say it's overdiagnosed, others say it's misunderstood, and millions of people are living with it every single day. In this video, we're breaking down what ADHD really is, how it affects kids and adults, the science behind it, and the biggest myths people still believe. Whether you're in the US, Europe, or anywhere else, stick around because ADHD is not just about being hyper or distracted. It's way more complex than that. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It's a neurodevelopmental condition, which means it starts in childhood, often before the age of 12, and in many cases, continues into adulthood. There are actually three main types of ADHD. The first is inattentive type, where people struggle with focus, organization, and memory. The second is hyperactive impulsive type, where restlessness, fidgeting, and impulsive behavior are more common. And the third is combined type, where symptoms of both are present. It's not a matter of being lazy, careless, or bad at school. ADHD is linked to differences in brain chemistry, particularly involving dopamine and norepinephrine, two neurotransmitters that play a huge role in attention and motivation. Research shows that ADHD is highly heritable. If a parent has ADHD, there's a good chance their child might too. Brain imaging studies reveal that certain areas of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control, develop differently in people with ADHD. It's not about being broken. Think of it this way. The ADHD brain is wired differently. Some call it a Ferrari brain with bicycle brakes, super powerful but harder to control. And here's something fascinating. While ADHD can be challenging, it also comes with strengths. Many people with ADHD are creative, energetic, and think outside the box. Famous entrepreneurs, artists, and scientists have ADHD, proving it's not always a limitation. Let's talk numbers. In the United States, about 9.8% of children have been diagnosed with ADHD. That's nearly 1 in 10 kids. In Europe, the numbers are a bit lower, around 5%. But many experts believe ADHD is underdiagnosed in some countries because of stigma and differences in healthcare systems. For adults, the story is even more complicated. Roughly 4 to 5% of adults worldwide have ADHD, but most remain undiagnosed. That means millions of people are living with struggles they don't even realize are ADHD. So, what does ADHD actually look like in daily life? For children, it might be difficulty sitting still in class, forgetting homework constantly, daydreaming instead of paying attention, or interrupting teachers and classmates. For adults, it can show up as struggling to meet deadlines, constantly losing keys, wallets, or phones, impulsive spending, or trouble maintaining relationships because of forgetfulness or distraction. And here's a point many people don't realize. ADHD often comes with emotional dysregulation, meaning mood swings, frustration, or getting overwhelmed more easily. It's not just about focus. It's about how the brain manages emotions too. Now let's bust some myths, because ADHD has more misconceptions than almost any other mental health condition. One big myth is that ADHD is just bad parenting. Wrong. ADHD is a neurological condition, not the result of spoiled kids or lazy parents. Another myth is that only kids have ADHD. Wrong again. Many adults struggle with ADHD, and for some it's even harder to cope in adulthood. Another myth is that people with ADHD can't focus on anything. Actually, ADHD brains can experience something called hyperfocus, intense concentration on something they enjoy. The problem isn't attention itself, it's regulating where attention goes. And finally, some people believe medication is the only answer. While medication helps many, therapy, lifestyle changes, and coaching are equally important. Getting diagnosed isn't as simple as taking a quiz online. Doctors use detailed assessments, input from family or teachers, and sometimes neuropsychological testing. When it comes to treatment, there are several approaches. Medication, such as stimulants like Adderall or Ritalin, is the most common, but there are also non-stimulant options. Therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, helps with coping strategies. Lifestyle changes, such as regular exercise, proper sleep, and structured routines, can make a huge difference. Coaching and support groups can also help people learn time management, organization skills, and connect with others who understand ADHD. Importantly, treatment looks different for everyone. Some thrive with medication, others prefer therapy, and many do best with a combination. In the United States, ADHD is widely recognized, and treatment, especially medication, is more common. In fact, the US prescribes more ADHD medication than any other country. In Europe, however, diagnosis rates are lower and cultural attitudes differ. Some countries are hesitant to medicate children and prefer behavioral therapy first. This doesn't mean ADHD is less common in Europe, it often just means it's less talked about. Interestingly, as awareness grows in Europe, diagnoses are increasing, especially for adults who realize later in life that their struggles were actually ADHD. Living with ADHD isn't just about challenges, it's about resilience. Many adults describe finally being diagnosed as life-changing. Suddenly, their lifelong struggles with organization, procrastination, or impulsivity made sense. Kids with ADHD, when supported properly, can thrive. With understanding parents, teachers, and the right treatment, ADHD kids often turn their boundless energy into creativity, problem-solving, and leadership. Some of the most innovative people in tech, entertainment, and business credit ADHD for their ability to think differently. So while ADHD comes with hurdles, it can also be a gift. So what does the future look like for ADHD treatment and awareness? AI and apps are being developed to help track symptoms and improve focus. Genetic research may unlock new treatments. Neurodiversity movements are pushing society to see ADHD not as a disorder, but as a different way of thinking. The bottom line? ADHD awareness is growing, and with that comes better understanding, support, and compassion. So here's the truth. ADHD is real, complex, and often misunderstood. It's not about being lazy. It's not about being careless. It's about brains that work differently. If you or someone you love has ADHD, remember this. You're not broken, you're unique. With the right strategies and support, ADHD can be managed and even become a superpower. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more health and science content, and share this with someone who might need to hear it. Because understanding ADHD is the first step to changing lives.